every man comes along wants them.
Love and marriage, they go together like a horse and carriage.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
Love American style, truer than the red, white, and blue. Love American style, that's me and you.
You must think I was born yesterday.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
She Said, He Said, with Kelly Lamb and Gordon Montgomery on 590 The Fan and 590thefan.com.
Here we are live right here at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show with myself, Kelly Lamb, Gordon Montgomery, and we are going to have fun time till noon today. This is brought to you by Page Law, Club Fitness, and World Outdoor Emporium. The line is long, Gordon.
It is long. It is long. And if you're coming out, I want to remind everybody, please don't forget, you cannot purchase tickets here. You have to get them online, but you can get them on your phone. So if you get here, realize you don't have tickets, you can pay for them on your phone, online, and show them that you paid for them, and you can go right on in. But there's a very long line, and we have like 3 or 4 long lines. So let me hear everybody in the audience and the crowd. You guys ready for this air show? Let me hear you. You guys ready for the air show? Oh, awesome.
It is going to be a good time. There's so much going on. Now, the show is today and it's also tomorrow. There's been 25,000 tickets already sold for this event, which is incredible, right here in Chesterfield, in the heart of Chesterfield, right where the airport is, of course. Right behind us, there's fighter planes, which are just big, bad looking. Yesterday, when we were down yesterday on down in Chesterfield, you'd be standing there and all of a sudden, bam, this plane would just fly overhead.
Windows would shake.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. I got scared a few times.
You know what? It's great because when these planes fly, I turn back to 5 years old again. I'm like a 5-year-old kid.
You do that most days.
It's awesome. It's great. It just makes you...
You tried to act like it was just yesterday.
It's amazing.
It's pretty much all the time. 5 to 7 I give him, actually, age-wise. So,
Don't make me go there. I was going to ask you what age I was last night, but that's okay.
Oh, last night? About 9. Oh,
okay.
So anyway,
it's called She Said, He Said.
Exactly.
Different perspectives.
Right. So again, remember that you do need tickets with you when you come, and if not, you can get them on your phone. I'm sure they'll show you what to do if you're not for sure how to get them on your phone, but you cannot just walk up and expect to buy a ticket at the door. But you're going to get in. You just got to buy it online.
No, and you're going to see a fantastic show because the Red Arrows and the Blue Angels, this is one of 3 shows that they're doing together. So you guys should feel very privileged that you are going to be one of the 3 shows that the Red Arrows and the Blue Angels are going to fly together, which is really cool.
But the Red Arrows, isn't this the first time that they've ever been here in St. Louis, though?
Yes, first time in the Midwest. It's been 10 years since they've been in the United States.
Okay, so we have a few questions, which is kind of fun. Okay, so do you know what was the location of the first show that the Blue Angels flew in?
Do you?
Well, yes, because I have the answer. Would you like me to share it with you?
You know what? Let's get our buddy here. Michael Kennedy, put some of these on here, buddy. Put this on real quick. We have Michael Kennedy here. Michael Kennedy is the owner of the Prime Place, which is a cool, brand new, independent living place that's coming into Wildwood in the Chesterfield area. You can go to theprimeplacewildwood.com to find out more information. But let's ask Michael some questions. Michael Kennedy, and see how much he knows.
Yeah.
Michael, how you doing today, buddy?
Good morning.
It's great to have you here this morning.
Good morning. So now the Prime Place, just to know, this is brand new that's being built.
Well, it's going to be built, yes.
It's going
to be built. So it's that new.
So it's going to be
very
built.
new.
So when you live there, you're going to be living in a spanking brand new gorgeous place.
And it's right in the heart of Wildwood, right by the B&B movie theater.
Next door.
Yeah.
Next door to the B&B movie theater on Main Street in Wildwood Town Center.
Sweet. All right, so we asked the question. The first show was flown when that the Blue Angels flew in. Any guess?
Now, you asked what was the location of the first show the Blue
Sorry.
Angels flew in.
Well, oh yes, the location, which will be the first show.
Right.
For the St. Louis County Fair.
Nope, just the Blue Angels in general. What would have been the year, and even the location, if you want to guess, that the Blue Angels flew in?
I have no idea.
1946.
Wow.
And it was at Craig Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Did you know that, Gordon?
No, and you wouldn't have either if I didn't write the answers for you.
Exactly.
Gee, that's so smart.
I know. It sounded good, though, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Now, we're going to be asking and giving some trivia and some questions out about the Blue Angels throughout the day. We've got information on the Red Arrows as well. But what's going to be fun is that we are going to be interviewing Mark Sutherland will be here, of course, and we are going to be speaking to one of the Red Arrow Squadron's representatives. We're going to be speaking to the Counsel General John Saville. We're also going to speak to a representative with the F-22 Raptor, and we are going to be speaking to the Air Vice Marshal of the Raptor as well, correct?
Correct.
So we have several really cool people that are going to be sitting over here.
My attention went right away
You're like
from
a
you.
squirrel. You just turned around. A helicopter's getting ready to take off, and we lost you for a second. So we're going to talk to some really incredible people. And we had a question on Facebook, which is brought to you by Club Fitness. If you haven't been there, everyone, you can get a 3-day pass online to try any Club Fitness you would like. They have 24 locations and brand new one that's going over in Illinois that's getting done. They just opened a brand new one in Maplewood. And if you haven't been in one of their new locations, they're incredible. They have everything, and it's seriously for everybody. All ages, all sizes, it doesn't matter. They have something for you. So our question of the day is, if you were going to be a fighter pilot, what would your fighter pilot name be? Anybody want to come up and tell us what yours that's in line right now?
Michael, what would your fighter pilot name be?
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster?
Oh my gosh. Cookie Monster. All right. We would name Grover back at the station, who's keeping us on air. We would name him Grover, because that's what we call him. It's his last name. That would be a perfect... You know everybody's just going to call him Grover, right?
Or the Red Devil.
You should be Humpty Dumpty, because they get put back together again.
Yes, I did.
So if anyone wants to come up and tell us what their fighter pilot name would be, we would tell that on air. Oh, do you have one? So we have an adorable little girl that just came up. How old are you? 2, 3. Well, that's all right. All women lie about their age.
Yes.
It's okay.
At least you went backwards.
Always never tell the truth of what your age is. What would your fighter pilot name be?
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's perfect.
Cinderella.
Good name. Thank you for sharing with us.
Okay, all right.
Kathleen, this may be our interview right here coming in, so let's find out. It looks like we have a Red Arrow Squadron representative, and obviously you're in blue. So, it says Red Arrow too. Come on over. We'll set you up on a mic. We've got 3 of them there, but.
Thank you to Michael from the Prime Place. Michael Kennedy, thank you, brother. It was great to see you. Thanks for stopping in today.
Yeah, love that you're here. Have a fun time. All right, so, sir, your name is?
It's Damo Green, Damo Green, I'm friends with the Red Arrows.
All right, so not only is he over there in a pilot suit and he flies a plane, did you hear the accent?
I know.
All of a sudden, I got to remember I'm married. I'm married.
There is a female
married.
version over here, too. So don't
That's
get
true.
too cocky over here.
Exactly. So, Damo Green, correct? All right, and ma'am?
I'm Sophie Hancock's Public Relations Officer.
She's
got a pretty cool accent, too.
Oh, gosh. All right, say it again, your name?
Sophie Hancock.
And her name's Sophie. Oh, I'm jealous all the way around before we even talk to you. An accent and your name's Sophie. So you guys will be flying today?
Yeah, that's right. So we're displaying today to
We can't hear him.
You can't hear him? Is his maybe?
He's not on mic.
Make sure the mic is turned on. We got to do this right. Go ahead and we're going to change headphones and see. And you can hear Sophie, correct?
Could hear Sophie.
Okay.
Could not
Can you hear me now?
the gentleman.
Can we hear? Get it now?
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you.
Great stuff.
12:35 we'll be doing a display, and 12:30 we'll be doing a mixed formation fly pass with a Spitfire. So you'll see us do the mixed formation fly pass first, and then you'll see us do our display. And with the weather today, hopefully we'll be getting the full display, and so you can see the red arrows at their best.
So tell me where you started at and how you ended up becoming a Red Arrow, part of the squadron.
So joining the Air Force, first of all, was a little bit of an unusual route for me. Most of the guys in the team went to air shows like this. They saw the Red Arrows display, and that's what kind of gave them the impetus to join.
So you don't have to be in the Air Force first?
No, you do have to be in the Air Force first. So that's what got them to join the Air Force to then get to the Red Arrows. I joined a little bit differently. I always wanted to be a lawyer, and then I realised that somebody would pay me to fly.
That's where you meant different.
Yeah, that's where it's all different. So then we have a selection criteria for the Red Arrows. So you need to have flown 1,500 hours. You need to be rated above average or exceptional in your current role. So you're normally in for about 12 to 15 years before you can even apply to the team.
Wow, 12 to 15 years. That's a long time to be able to get ready to go. And did you ever have that moment where you went to go up in air and you're like, what am I doing up here going this fast?
Yes, well, you do all the way through fighter pilot training. You just think that when you move on to the next aircraft type, it's always quicker, more powerful, and you just take a little bit to get used to it. But for the application for the team, you're actually put on the wing of the boss, and you do some aerobatic manoeuvres in formation, something you've never done before, and you're just there, and you've got about 5 seconds at the stick, and then you're up into a loop with smoke on. So even your interview and your flying test for the team is pretty intense.
Did you know from a little boy that you wanted to do this?
No, like I say,
I know you said you're a lawyer first.
Yeah, that's it. But I had seen the Red Arrows. The Red Arrows are famous throughout the UK, and I even though I had no real Air Force background, I knew who they were, and I knew the what the team represents. Ambassadors for the UK, they go on tours like this to represent the armed forces in the UK and get to meet you great people. So I can't believe I'm in this as a job.
Man, everybody want to like a round of applause for these two individuals that, oh my gosh, amazing. And here you are, a woman up there in the sky doing this. So you're breaking ground for the rest of us?
So I'm actually on the ground. So the blue suits, we represent everyone on the ground, from engineers, technicians, public relations, admin, everything to get those jets in the air, and obviously across the pond as well. And the red suits are the guys that fly.
So are there any women that are a Red Arrow?
No, we have had women that have been a Red Arrow. We've had a female pilot about 10 years ago in the team. At the moment, the team are all men, but it's open to everybody. As I said, the 1,500 hours, the above average and exceptional is the thing, and it's just the application process. In the Air Force, it's the female to male ratio is not as strong as what it is in other aspects. So the pool that we have to pick from and apply, we don't actually get that many applicants from females, unfortunately.
Do you think our bodies are different, the way we can handle those forces?
No, I don't think so. I've got lots of friends who are fighter pilots,
very hormonal.
female. If you meet the team, we're very hormonal.
On a crappy day, I may not be able to go up.
I might just shoot you down for no reason.
Yeah, no, you'd be absolutely fine. I'm sure you'd ace it.
Yeah, we hold grudges, you know.
For years.
We might be able to do a lot of damage up there, actually.
Are you married?
I'm married, Jeff.
Yeah, that's why he shook his head when I said that. He went, yeah.
He gets it. So on the ground, I know you named off a lot of things. What is the important role of making sure while they're up in the air?
So it's a complete mixture. So obviously engineers work really hard. We have circus that sit in the back seat and fly on transit. They'll land and they'll check for any snags, any issues. It's a huge team. There's 108 of us out here, 13 females out here as well as part of the team. So it's just fantastic to get the jets up, and you get to see the display.
And you know
today.
what? You're just as important as anything, because they put their lives in trust to you guys to make sure everything's ready to go and in top shape.
Yeah, we do. The support staff, not just the engineers, but the PR staff, the admin staff. This entire tour is a logistical nightmare is the wrong word, but it is very difficult. Challenge, that's the better word. It's a logistical challenge that the guys have put in almost over a year's worth of planning into this. So when we get to a new place, like we got into St. Louis yesterday, everything is there set for us, because to put on the display that we do, everything has to run like clockwork. So every single little thing has been thought out for us. So the team that are out here, 120 people, they all play a pivotal role to get the 9 jets in the air that you'll see today.
I was just going to ask you that. So there's 9 pilots, 9 jets that fly.
Yeah, there's 9 jets. We've got 12 jets out here. That's what we brought out, but obviously that gives us spares. We actually have 11 Red Arrow pilots. So Red 1 to 9 are the display pilots that you'll see fly. Red 10 is our supervisor, commentator, so you'll hear him talking through the show. And Red 11 is our officer commanding, Wing Commander Keith. So 11 guys in the red suits. We've got 12 aircraft out here. We have a guy, Red 12, who, Simo, he unfortunately joined the team this year, broke his knee in a sporting accident, so we had to get a replacement for him, but he got back to fitness to fly the 12 jet out here. So he's playing a pivotal role in helping us out, just getting the extra jet. So when we've got 12 on the ground, we'll definitely get 9 in the air.
So this is your first time in Missouri, right? In the
Yes.
Midwest? So have you guys done anything fun since you've been in the Midwest, since Missouri? Have you got to do anything fun?
We only got here yesterday, and we had an event, a wheels down reception in the hotel, so we got to meet some young adults who'd written essays on aviation and how it inspires them for the future. And there was an announcement yesterday, and the 4 winners are going to get to fly today in one of the aircrafts that's going to be displaying today. So last night we were chatting to them, chatting STEM Expo, speaking to guys and girls who science, technology, engineering and maths plays a pivotal role in their life and their future. So we've had already some ground engagement. We've got some ground engagement today before the flight, and then afterwards we were down on the front signing and meeting everybody, meeting the guys here queuing up to see us display.
Don't be wearing yourself out before you're going up in that air.
I know. We won't do.
So where did the name Red Arrow come from?
So it comes from back in the 1950s, post-war. We obviously had lots of pilots and lots of jets, and guys on the squadrons were getting perhaps a little bit bored with all the flying they were doing, so they went and started to do display flying. So there was a team called the Black Arrows. So they were hawker hunters. They were flying, and they did. I think they've still got the world record for the most jets in a loop, and most jets in a barrel roll, or it certainly was at the time. And there was also some other aircraft display teams. So you had the Yellow Jacks, which flew the Gnat, and then you had the Red Pelicans, which flew the JP. The powers that be thought that was perhaps using a lot of the taxpayers' money for just going up in the air and doing display flying, and there was 3 teams, and there was more than these 3 teams. So what they actually did was they kind of merged all the teams together. So you got the jets from the Yellow Jacks, which was the Gnat. You got the arrows from the Black Arrows, and you got the paint scheme from the Red Pelicans, and that all became the Red Arrows. And we replaced the Gnat in 1980 with the Hawk, which is the jet you see us flying today.
That's a pretty good answer. Repeat it.
At least you didn't stump them.
I don't know.
That would have been, wouldn't it? I'd have passed it over to Sophie.
The support team.
Now, what time will you be flying today? I see. Do you know what time you'll be going?
Yeah, I believe it's 12:30 for the mixed formation fly past, and then 12:35 for the display. That's what I've got anyway. I don't know if that's changed yet. The pilot, the red one, so the boss, and the safety pilot, and actually the guy who navs today's sortie, we take it in turns to nav a sortie. They're in a pilot briefing right now, so I'm sure they'll get words if anything's changed from what we've been told.
How long are you allowed or allotted to be able to be a aerobatical, pilot?
It's a 3-year tour for us normally, so
Okay.
that's the same for all tours in the Air Force. We normally spend about 3 years in one place before moving on to somewhere else, so you can take that experience of what you've learned and take it to other places throughout the Air Force. It's similar for the support roles as well, so they play 2 to 3 years normally in a role. So Sophie's going into the ops branch, so operations support for our guys, and when she goes into that, she'll be in that for 2 to 3 years, and then moving on. It's the same in this one. Apart from the boss, Red One, he'll have done 3 years in the team before. He's then, the selection criteria, he's invited back to become the boss, and he'll do another 3 years. So he's in his 5th year having been on the team. There are a few who do a few extra years here and there just because of manning or whatever it suits. We've got a guy in his 6th year at the moment, a guy in his 5th year, but that is rather unusual for the team.
Is there a certain age, restriction when you get to a certain age you're not allowed to fly?
There is an age restriction on flying, but it's not. It's the same for all branches, all the multi-engines, the rotary guys, and the fast jet guys. So there's no age restriction on the Red Arrows. The only age restriction really is to get that 1,500 hours. So you won't see the younger guys here because they don't have that experience yet that their Air Force frontline career will give them.
And Sophie, do you have your pilot's license then?
I don't know, but actually they are opening it up in November to junior officers. So hopefully that will be on the cards.
I've been up twice flying. Terrified.
Really?
Yeah. The landing. The second time. You ready to land? No. Can we just stay up here and fly around for a little bit?
You've got no option. You have to land if you've gone up in the air.
You got to come down
That's
eventually.
it.
Oh my gosh. So Damo Green, Sophie, your last name again?
Hancock.
Thank you so much for spending some time. Is there anything that we left out that they need to know?
So do you guys have pilot names, like nicknames?
Yes, of course.
They're not as cool as your guys over here seem to have the nickname. So my nickname's Damo, so it's just not the N off of Damo.
Cool.
That's a cool name.
Damo Green's pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
It's the only thing with a Y, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you've got like Smiley, Losey.
It's the normal British way. We add a Y to the surname, and that's your nickname. All the pilot names the guys have here are very cool, and they've got really good background stories.
So
There's
if you
no
could
Mavericks,
pick a
I'm
new
afraid.
one, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think you get to pick your own one. I think it gets put on you.
Right. So what would you
That's
pick
right.
for
We
him?
just learned that. Uh-oh. Diva. Yes. I'm loving that. And what would you pick for Sophie then if she was up in the sky?
Oh, I can't say it on radio.
Oh, we have appreciated so much. Grover is going to take it to a break so that we can come back and do some more. We are here live at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show. We'll be here till noon live, but of course the show will be here till 8 o'clock tonight. Is that correct? Yeah, or no, it'll be here tomorrow, today and tomorrow, but it will only be here. Does anyone know what time today it will be here? Kathleen, do you have it? She's going to find out.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, it'll be here. And remember, tickets are only sold online. You can't walk to the gate and buy tickets. So if you have your phone with you and you don't have a ticket, you'll need to go on there and purchase them. And again, 25,000 already sold and many more that are clicking away right now being sold. We appreciate being here, brought to you by Page Law. We're just going to take a quick break. She said, he said, she'll be right back. Thank you, Damo, Sophie, thank you.
Thank you.
Attention, please.
Check it out. On Friday afternoons, the Cam Jansen Show is moving to 1.
The point is, what is it? The Pelt Show? Comedy special? Yeah, come on now.
Join Cam Jansen, Charlie Marlowe, and the gang as they broadcast from Top Shooters in Columbia, Illinois.
Bring ice. Okay, I'll bring the ice.
It's the Cam Jansen Show, now at 1 on Fridays from Top Shooters, and it's only on 590 The Fan and 590thefan.com.
Outdoor Decoratives LLC, our landscape construction expert, is reminding all Americans to stand tall and show support to the brave men and women who serve our U.S. military. Our area's premier landscape construction expert, backed by over 20 years of experience. For paver, patios, natural stonework, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, and fireplaces, call today at 314-913-1190, 314-913-1190, and visit OutdoorDecoratives1.com. That's Outdoor Decoratives LLC.
Throwing towards the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown, Ricky Smalling. Touchdown, Illinois.
Don't miss all the hard-hitting action of Fighting Illini football this week.
We're going to be better on the football field, so that's why we're really pumped up about this year.
Join us Saturday afternoon at 1:30. The Fighting Illini head east to take on UConn in East Hartford. This is the home of the Fighting Illini in St. Louis. 590 The Fan. KFNS on 590thefan.com.
Every great success story starts with one brave decision. And if you're one of the millions of Americans with college credit but no degree, one brave decision is all that stands between you and the future you want. At Maryville University, we know returning to college takes courage, but your decision isn't really about going back to school. It's about moving forward. And we'll be with you every step of the way. Let's be brave together. Learn more now at online.maryville.edu.
Club Fitness is the right fit for everybody, and it's the right time for everyone to lift local. Join by September 15th for free with no enrollment and no processing fees.
With over 800 free weekly classes and free kids club at 24 locations, lifting local fits my budget, my schedule, and my fitness goals.
So join now and find what fits you.
Free is the right fit for everybody.
Club Fitness. Join by September for free with no enrollment and no processing fees. See Club for detail.
30 seconds, everybody.
Needs is World Outdoor Emporium. Whether you're looking for a raised garden, outdoor kitchen, koi pond, retaining walls, fountains, or fireplaces, World Outdoor Emporium has the selection and service you need to get started. Visit their full nursery and speak to a certified horticultural specialist today. No truck, no problem. Delivery 6 days a week. Installation and setup services are available. World Outdoor Emporium offers the very best for all your landscaping needs with 2 locations to serve you in St. Charles and Wentzville. Go to WOE.rocks for more information.
Now back to She Said, He Said with Kelly Lamb and Gordon Montgomery. Brought to you by Page Law on 590 The Fan and 590thefan.com.
Take it whenever ready.
Welcome back to She Said, He Said. I'm Kelly Lamb with Gordon Montgomery. We are live at the Spirit of the St. Louis Air Show. We'll be here till noon, but they're going on today until 5. All kinds of wonderful activities. Of course, the acrobatical air shows that will be going on. The line just gets longer and longer and keeps coming in. It is just amazing. The cars are piling in. Over 25,000 tickets have been sold. You can walk through, see all the planes, and everybody, if you're in line or anybody that's listening, you cannot get in without a ticket. They're not selling tickets at the door, but you can go online. Just go to Spirit of St. Louis Air Show, Google it, it'll go right on there, and you can get your tickets online. We seem to be the front booth as everyone's coming in, and they think we're an information booth. Excuse me, do you know where the bathroom is?
We know nothing.
Where do we get tickets?
We
don't know anything, but we do know you have to go online to get your tickets, that's for sure. How cool is that, knowing that later on when we watch the Red Arrow Squadron up in the sky doing their thing, that we were sitting there with one of the fighter pilots and the ground crew,
Sophie Hancock,
Damo Green and Sophie Hancock's right here talking to them. I was a little tongue-tied. Like, that was cool. Like,
her accent was so strong, I was having a little difficulty
do you ever when you talk to somebody and you can't really understand, do you stare at them real hard? I looked like my neck was coming out of apart from my body because I was trying to listen too, because her British accent, is that what that is? British? Accent was so strong that I kept leaning closer. I was about to sit on her lap so I could make sure I understood everything she said. And she's so little and petite. And she's out there getting those bad boys off the ground.
It was interesting. He was afraid to.
I bet she'd kick his butt. But yeah, so it was pretty incredible. And then knowing later on we're going to watch them. We had them sign. We had got these badges that we wear that make us cool.
We don't need those stinking badges.
We're like, what? Where did that come from?
A movie.
Oh, which one? Do you know?
Blazing Saddles, I think.
He always has voices or something going on. He's that guy. So we feel cool wearing these little badges around our neck, and the red Damo Green, one of the fighter pilots, signed it.
Let's get some kids up here. Find out what their fighter pilot name would be.
Okay, sir.
Let's get this kid right here.
Like, wait, I'm in line.
Uh-oh. What am I doing?
He's like, I'm way too shy for this to happen. If there's anybody...
Well, ask Dad. Find out from... Here we go.
Maybe they want to tell us. So our question of the day is, what would your fighter pilot name be? Now, we've learned that they actually don't come up with their own name. They're named. They get a name by something that happens or goes on, that gives them the name. And we asked people on Facebook what their name would be. And we've got some great names.
He's gotta tell you.
Is he ready? Is he on?
This is what I'm used to. See, you got to just you just got to talk, because she'll just keep talking. So you just got to get in there.
Okay. What's your
name?
Braden.
Braden, how old are you?
6.
Are you excited for today? What's your favorite part you're looking forward to?
What is that?
Oh, sorry, that was way too technical. What are you going to do at the air show that you're so excited to do?
Get in the airplane.
Get in the airplane.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
I forgot I had to talk kid talk.
Maybe turn his mic up.
Usually, Gordon, you talk because you're like 6. He'll understand you. Now, is that your brother with you?
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 4.
Are you guys like best friends?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you ever get in trouble?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's so
He doesn't have a
cute.
headset on.
What would your fighter pilot name be?
If you could be a fighter pilot, they nickname you. What would you nickname your brother?
Peter.
You'd name him Peter? Well, that's a good name. That'll work. I named him Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
They had to put him back together
I can't
again.
tell you what I named her.
Yes, you can. Let's find out if we drive home or not together.
Yes.
Who's walking?
So, are you excited to see the jets fly in the air?
Me too. Did you get to see Damo Green that was just sitting here?
No, he was
Missed it?
back there a little bit.
Oh, that line is long. Well, thank you for spending some time with us
Do
on
you
the
like
radio.
planes or helicopters better? Which one's your favorite? Planes or helicopters?
Helicopters.
Cool. Me too.
Mom's gonna work at the helicopter.
Mom's going to work at the helicopter.
That's awesome.
Wow, you have an awesome mom. We feel like losers over here. We're just sitting here meeting all these amazing
So you know they have
people.
all kinds of cool stuff to eat in there. So you're gonna get like some cotton candy and some funnel cakes and stuff like that.
See, like I said, he's the same age as you. I can't wait for that. Oh, he wants to talk too.
Okay. I think he might have to go to the bathroom. Stumbling a little bit.
Hi.
Hey.
My name is Brandon.
Brandon?
Brandon.
Landon. Sorry, R's, L's, they all kind of come together sometimes on us. So you're excited? Yes. And did you ever decide, did he tell us what his fighter pilot name would be?
What's your fighter pilot name? Pick a nickname, a fun name.
Yes. He would just like to be Landon. Oh, got it. All right.
You do have a cool name, so kudos to the parents for picking out the cool name.
Well, you have a good time today, okay?
But you know which one I like the best?
Which one do you like? Jets. He likes jets.
They're loud, aren't they?
Landon
awesome
likes
power.
Landon likes jets. You're as cute as can be. Thanks for coming by. Have fun today. Oh, I have no idea. Better take the mic away quick. Something about a bunny died. I'm not sure. Bye. Have fun. Thanks. Everybody ready to get in there, I'm sure, and have fun? Okay. Yes. Bye. Well, we are going to be talking to someone from the Blue Angels later. We are going to be talking to the marshal of the RAF. He's the Air Vice Marshal. We're going to be talking to someone with the F-22 Raptor, which we know that's top secret.
Kind of top secret stuff, yeah.
You got your Raptor shirt on.
I do have my F-22 Raptor.
Your daughter gave you, trying to be cool.
Yes, my daughter.
I mean, not your daughter trying to be cool, you trying to be cool, wearing your shirt.
I was going to mention she worked at Boeing, but I was afraid to.
It's top secret. and your shirt, people are going to think maybe you're part of it.
Somebody did ask if I was a pilot.
Oh my gosh! See, I knew you
can't
were
even
that
drive
on purpose.
I can't even drive a car.
Nope,
very
you
well
can't.
anyway.
So if anybody's wondering what today is, there's how they have the national days. So it's National Beer Lovers Day. So if you like beer, today's the day to drink it because you're celebrating it. Moms, it is National Lazy Moms Day. So you do nothing the rest of the day.
Hear that, guys?
Yeah, babies, get out of the stroller.
National Lazy Moms Day.
Push your mom around. It's, I have no idea what this is. Grandma Moses Day? What does that mean? What is Grandma Moses? You just write the National Food Bank Day. That's a good one. If you can drop off some food at a food bank, that would be very helpful. How about National Salami Day? You like salami?
I do like salami.
So you can have that today.
Acorn Squash Day.
And Grateful Patient Day. Who sits there? I want to know who has the job of naming national days because they're weird.
Who's grateful they were a patient? Nobody wants to be a patient.
A grateful patient. You should be grateful if you're a patient.
Yeah, but you don't want to be a patient, first of all. Nobody wants to be a patient for anything.
And who wants to be grateful about it? Hi, friend. How are you? What is your name? Hi,
Wait a minute.
Trenton.
Let me get Trenton.
Mic'd up there?
There you go, Trenton. Go ahead.
So, if you were a fighter pilot, what would your name be?
I have a friend named CJ, so CJ.
Oh, you like that name? We always want a
cool.
different name, don't we? We never want our own name that our parents give to us. We want a different name. CJ's cool. Does it stand for anything, or is he just Cool Jackson or whatever?
Cool Jackson.
Cool Jackson.
Cool Jackson. Cool Jacks.
What are you looking forward to seeing today?
The helicopter.
The helicopter.
Yeah.
He's a
you know what
helicopter
just
guy.
flew over us a minute ago? Do you know what kind of helicopter that was that flew over us a minute ago?
Yeah.
What kind?
An Army helicopter.
Yes, they're called Hueys. You can never mistake a Huey. The sound of that thing is just unmistakable. You
Do you want to be a fighter pilot someday?
Yeah.
You do? Whew. We have a brave one over here.
Yes, we do. He's a monster truck fan too. He's got the monster truck on his.
Thank you.
Shirt. You go to monster truck shows?
Sometimes.
Are you a daredevil?
Yeah.
Oh. Do you get in trouble?
Sometimes.
Does he get in trouble?
He's honest.
Little bit.
He's honest. He's a daredevil. He likes monster trucks and helicopters. I think.
He's got that look
Mom,
in his
you
eye.
better just. I don't know.
Grandma.
Oh wow, Grandma's.
Kudos to
Look at
Grandma.
Grandma over there. So tell Mom she probably should go ahead and get a prescription now.
Yeah.
To stay sane, right? Well, thank you so much for coming by and saying hello. You're on the radio right now, live with us, and have a great time at the air show.
And if you want to hear yourself, you can go back and listen to it on 590thefan.com and look at She Said, He Said shows and go back and watch the podcast.
Tell
Listen to the
Grandma and
podcast.
Mom they can download it and you can keep it forever. You are on the radio. Someday we're going to be like, we met him and he's a fighter pilot now.
Yeah.
All right, have fun today. All right, we are here. If you're just tuning in, we are here live at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show. The line was dying down and it's packing back in again. Cars are still filing in. It's very easy to get to. If you come to Chesterfield, you're going to see lighted signs on Airport Road. What is that?
Airport Road.
Airport Road. You'll see different lighted signs that will allow you to know where to go. Just follow the traffic. It's moving very quickly. We've got a lot of volunteers and people helping you get to the parking spot. Just note, again, we keep reminding that if you are coming, or maybe you're just deciding right now, you're driving down the road and you're like, oh my gosh, the air show, I didn't know it. You'll need to get tickets, but you can just get them right off your phone. Go online. They're not selling tickets at the door, so you can just go online, get your tickets. If you're in line right now and you don't have a ticket, just get on your phone and purchase a ticket right there. It'll be going till 5 o'clock today. We were just talking to Damo Green and Sophie Hancock's, who are part of the Red Arrow Squadron, and their show, they're going to be getting up in the air about 12:30, so you still have plenty of time to get here. There are so many planes that are here that the kids can go through. This event is presented by Boeing, and they've done a phenomenal job putting it together, running it smoothly, and so much for the kids to be able to enjoy. And it looks like we have another little guy who's brought Spider-Man along with him that wants to say hello. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How are you?
What's your name?
Wes.
Wes. How old are you? That many? I think it's going to be 4.
We got the 4.
We got the 4.
I like the addition. Adding it up. See, 3 plus 1.
And we just lost them. Thanks for scaring kids. You got to quit scaring kids. I'm just glad you didn't tell the one kid. What's the guy say on the pilot on the plane, in the airplane?
Did you ever see a grown man naked? Okay, that was a little bit too much.
I thought it was pretty good, actually.
All right, so we have the question of the day, which is pilot names. What would be your jet fighter pilot name? And
Yes.
what was funny is that, so we had one woman that said her pilot name would be Glitter. Well,
Glitter?
her pilot, yeah. So, but here's what's funny. Here's some actual pilot names. We have some actual pilot names, and one of them was a female. Her pilot name was Sparkle. Sparkles. She was
Sparkle.
Yes, she was the only female in the unit for a long time. So at military banquets and other events, she would always wear this fancy dress with it was like sparkly dress. So she got the nickname Sparkles.
And that's just it.
That's how
We
they get
found
their
out that
names.
you don't get to pick your own
Right.
name; that they name you. And we just learned that. See, we did not know that.
Here's
Someone wants to
here's
say
a guy
hello?
with a mission.
He does have a mission. He's ready. How are you? How old are you?
9.
You're 9? We're just going to have to pull that mic just a little closer to your mouth so we can hear you there.
There you
so
go.
you're 9 years old. You're here at the air show getting ready to go in. Now, do you want to be a fighter pilot yourself someday?
Well, not really.
At least he's honest.
What do you want to be?
An actor or maybe work at Comic-Con.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I kind of figured that with a Minecraft shirt.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that does it every time.
And my fighter pilot name would be Rick Grimes because I'm a fan of The Walking Dead.
Me
Oh,
too. High five on
us
that
too.
one. Hey, I haven't been missing it lately, have I? We think maybe we're behind. Has a new season started?
They're making one.
They're making one, so we haven't missed anything yet. We love The Walking Dead.
I'm on season 8, episode 1.
What?
Season 8, episode 1.
You're actually on The Walking Dead, season 8, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
You went and you were on location with Rick Grimes. What?
You. Oh, he's
there's
watching
a
episode.
big difference when you say
I
I'm
thought you were on the show.
season 8, episode 1, and I'm watching season 8. Hi, Nicole. Nicole from Moss Boutique just walked up here right now, so we're going to have to say hello to her, too, and find out what her pilot name is. So you confused me, but now you're watching it. I got you on that. All
Rick
right.
Grimes is a
We thought you
cool
were already on the
pilot name,
show.
too.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Back to it.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you for coming by. Enjoy your day. All right, we're going to grab the mic off you. Say hello to Nicole. Get over here. So you're here at the show. You're ready to go in. Do you have your tickets? Because we keep having to tell everybody, you got to make sure you have a ticket online. Did you get your ticket online?
I did.
So who are you here with?
My hubby. He's
Oh,
standing in the long.
You know, Nicole's husband is a pilot.
Yes, he is.
So luckily he was able to fly in. So of course you're here because he's a pilot. He's got to be part of this, right?
We definitely can't miss this.
No way.
It's a tradition. So
Oh, so
whole
you come every
family's
year?
here. Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. Did he ever want to be a fighter pilot?
I don't think so. He's doing commercial. Good with that.
So we found out that you don't actually name yourself with your fighter pilot. So since your husband's a pilot and he's not here right now.
He's right
Oh, he's right there. I was
He's
going
in
to
the-
know
no,
he'd
he's
get.
down- he's in
Hi,
the line.
Mark. Mark Sutherland just showed up. Okay, so tell me, what would you name your husband? He's a pilot and he decides to be a fighter pilot. What nickname would you give him? He's not here. We're good to go. What would it be?
Oh, I'm so bad on the spot. How about just Cooper Extraordinaire?
Cooper Extraordinaire. Wow. You know, he does travel a lot being a pilot, so she does love him a lot and misses him.
Yes, she does.
So that worked out well. So
We're
Nicole,
like newlyweds all the time.
I know. So Nicole owns Moss Boutique down on St. Charles Main Street. Definitely just stop by. Love all her fashions. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello.
Bye, guys. Great
See
seeing
ya.
you.
Nice
as
seeing you.
always.
Have fun and tell Cooper hello. Keep him safe in the sky. Bye. So it looks like Mark Sutherland has showed up, and who have you brought with us, sir? Pull up and put a headset on. Again, we are live if you're just tuning in at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show.
Stop
We'll
by
be
and
live
say
until
hello.
noon. Yeah, we love when people are coming by and saying hello, and all of the kids as well. More audio on this side. Say hello.
Hi.
Yep, Grover, I think you can hear us, so let us know if
Is
we're
mine
not
working?
on.
Oh, yes.
In our ears it is,
He
but
sounds-
Grover back home will
I
let us
can
know.
hear him.
You were doing good.
Oh, lovely.
So, perfect. Oh, we got Gordon's daughter just showed up with her husband Danielle.
Danielle.
Daniel. Sorry. Daniel. You know, it's okay. Shanna and Daniel.
Yes.
Not Danielle.
That's all right.
He's wearing his Raptor shirt that she gave him.
Yes.
All right, so Mark Sutherland, tell us a little bit about your position here with the Spirit of St. Never mind. I said,
Spirit of St. Louis Airport
good
Show
morning.
and
calling
Expo.
someone
STEM
Danielle
Expo.
when they're a guy was
It's a long
taking me
morning,
off.
right?
It's a long morning.
No, I have the privilege of being one of the many volunteers that helps the air show happen. What you're seeing today is the work of about 1,000 volunteers, and it's been
Wow.
going on for over a year. Almost a couple of years. It's completely volunteer run, so if you're here today, make sure that you are nice to everyone.
Yes, we
because
talked about
everybody's here as a volunteer having fun. They want to help you out. They want to make sure you have a good day, so be nice.
Your volunteers are so nice. Even coming in, it was like every single one of them, they're waving to every
Oh, yeah.
single car, saying hello. It was, Gordon, your papers are flying everywhere.
Yeah,
You did
we have
your job.
incredible people, and we've got a phenomenal air show today. We've got the Royal Air Force Red Arrows, the U.S. Navy Blue Angels.
We just
the
got to
F-22.
sit and interview Damo Green from the Red Arrow Squadron, which was fabulous.
They are
It was
phenomenal individuals.
such a nice guy. And then Sophie, who was one of the ground crew that takes care of them, making sure that they're up in the sky safely. It's just, it was, I was kind of a little tongue-tied a little
Well,
bit.
and you know, when the Red Arrows show up, it brings out, top diplomats and incredible people. And I'm joined by Consul General John Saville, who represents Her Majesty's government across 14 states here in the U.S.
What a
And we've
title.
been spending a few days going around St. Louis, meeting with some key individuals, and coming out here to celebrate the special relationship between the Red Arrows, the Blue Angels, and the St. Louis region.
Welcome, sir. What a name. You put the word in majesty. We'll never get that restored to Kelly. We're here.
Oh,
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here, and especially on this beautiful weekend with this amazing event that's going on. So
has a
full
great
credit to
accent.
Mark and the rest of the volunteer team. It looks completely amazing.
So tell us a little bit about what you do to earn such a great title.
So I'm actually a career diplomat. I've been working for Her Majesty for several decades now, and for the last two, I've been based out of Chicago as Consul General, which kind of means like mini-me ambassador. I cover 14 states. I do everything from representational work, going and opening things and representing the Queen at things, to trade and investment work, to protecting British citizens if they need it, and basically, I can't hardly believe that I get paid for doing it because it is so much fun.
I can't hardly believe he's sitting here talking to us with those credentials. I am like, I feel like I should kneel or bow or kiss your hand. I'm not for sure what I should
really
do.
Not necessary.
You should have brought the Majesty with you. Then you would have been even super cooler, right?
Next time.
So if I had to name him right now, his pilot name would be Super Cool.
Super
That's
cool.
very sweet. That's very sweet.
So if you were to be a fighter pilot, what would your name be? That is our question of the day.
So when I was at school, I was called Hedgehog because of my hair. So I think I'll stick with Hedgehog.
I like it.
I love it. So what will you be doing here today?
So today we are really here to celebrate the fact that we've got the Red Arrows here in St. Louis for the first time ever. They're on an amazing multi-stop tour of the US. We welcomed them into the US in Chicago in August. They've been all across the country. They were in New York a couple of weeks ago. They're going over to the West Coast next, and then they sign off out of the country in early October through Rapid City, South Dakota. And it's just incredible to have them here because they are such brilliant ambassadors for our country. They embody the best of British leadership, the best of British technology, and they're so cool. I mean, they're just nice people. You know? So we're here with them today. They're doing a bunch of STEM stuff with kids. They're obviously they're the first up, I think, on the actual display, which will be amazing. And they're just so chuffed to be here and to fly with the Blue Angels and the rest of the really cool aircraft that are here.
I love seeing the families coming in and bringing the kids and getting them interested in the aviation field because it's so needed.
It is.
And being able to teach them and let them see it and get interested. And we hear people all the time that they end up becoming one of these acrobatical, or fighter pilots because they went to an air show and they were just so taken in by what they had, seen that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and let's not forget the wider engineering and science
Everything
piece as
around
well.
it.
Everything around it really matters. I was at an event with the Arrows earlier in the week, and there was a boy there who was saying, "I think I do want to do engineering, but only nuclear engineering." I'm like, whoa.
And how old was he?
He was about 14 or 15,
When already knew what he wanted to do.
To see those kids, with that kind of vision, it's just awe-inspiring.
And I asked it in my head. I don't know if I said it out loud, talking about so many things. Are you going to be touring with the Red Arrow squadrons and everything that's going on? When you talked about the tour of the United States, will you be traveling throughout with it?
So I'm kind of cropping up wherever they come. So as I say, they arrived in Chicago about 4 or 5 weeks ago. We did a bunch of stuff with them there. We're here with them today. They're going to be in Colorado, which I also cover later in this month. And then the final thing they're doing, as I say, is also on my patch in Rapid City. So it's just such a pleasure to have that to do.
Beautiful weather. You couldn't have had a more beautiful day. Yeah. Picked a great weekend to do it.
Yeah.
So
we planned that. It's one of the key planning elements is to plan the weather.
Exactly. And the other thing that's so great about having them here is it gives us the excuse to really lean into the relationship with this great state. Missouri really matters to the UK, and we really want to celebrate that relationship, which is big. We have about 1.2 billion's worth of exports go from Missouri to the UK in any given year. There's over 40,000 jobs that are supported by those exports and by the UK companies that are based here. And so having the Arrows here gave us the excuse, for example, yesterday, to sit down with a bunch of companies and economic multipliers and other people and really talk about how we can take this relationship to the next level.
How would you like to be sitting at that table?
Pretty impressive.
Sitting there with your mouth hanging open. Mark, how does it? You are a resident. You do live here, and you are the liaison and the person that's working so closely.
He's our secret weapon.
Yes.
I have the privilege of doing a lot of connecting.
Experience.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. I have the honor of being Her Majesty's Honorary Consul here in Missouri. So statewide, facilitating economic and diplomatic relationships, whatever that means. Helping facilitate events, conversations, meetings, just whatever it takes to help grow that relationship in a way that is beneficial to both Missouri and to the United Kingdom.
It's fascinating. We're always seeing pictures of Mark on the social media, and he's with some diplomatic, foreign council.
I think the first time Kelly saw you, she's like, Is he like a secret spy or something? I didn't know he did all that stuff.
we can't talk about that. Although I did, when we were planning an event we did this morning, I started getting shipments from directly exported
We were sad we couldn't
from
be there.
the UK to my house. I'm like, all right, so now I'm in the import-export business. I'm working with the British government.
Well-known
Who else has that role?
Well-known cover for James Bond.
Now, have either of you been up in one of these fighter planes?
I have been up in the F-18. The Blue Angels took me up 9 years ago. I am still smiling. They're absolutely amazing team. The Red Arrows are amazing. The Blue Angels are amazing. The innovation that goes into these aircraft is absolutely phenomenal. I was doing 45 minutes of trying to stay conscious, basically.
Was
and
it scary?
it was just
I watched the
absolutely
video
phenomenal.
of, I think Remy went up.
Oh yes, Remy went up this Wednesday from 92.3. He loved it.
But what
Absolutely
was
loved
great, what I was so impressed with was the pilot. And
Mm-hmm.
the pilot is instructing him on everything before it's happening. This is what's going to happen. This is, you've got, I'll let you when you're a third of the way
Mm-hmm.
through. I'll tell you when you're halfway through, and I'll tell you, because you have to control and maintain some type of consciousness.
Oh, yeah, you have
and
to
you have
force
to do
that blood.
certain things
Yeah.
to do that. And so he's just instructing him on everything. And this was a 38 minute flight or video, and showing all the all the instructions they give you before you even get in the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very impressive. The pilot was impressive, just the way he handled the whole situation.
Yeah, the pilot, when I remember my experience, I'm attempting to stay conscious. Right? I'm fighting to keep conscious, and I get the impression he's about to start drink service. He's just so relaxed, so in control. Nothing's bothering him. I'm getting beaten the crap out of right here, and you're just a walk in the park.
Would you like tea?
Amazing,
milk with
amazing
that?
individuals who are flying these planes for both our nations.
Now, how many G's did you go when you went
We
up?
did 7.
7?
7 Gs, 2 high. Yeah,
Wow.
that was.
Remy got you. He did 7.4
Yeah, he did 7.3
or
and
7.3.
Yeah, I need to see if I can get back up again.
And have you ever been up in a plane?
So I've actually soloed a private aircraft.
So you have your pilot's
I was based out of California very briefly a long time ago, and I actually soloed a private aircraft. But then I never followed through. So these days, if I go up in a helicopter, it's as much as I can take.
Helicopters do. I've been up in a helicopter one time, when you do one of those tours, but I'm quite scared when I'm up there. I don't know if it's a bubble that you're in or the way they lean.
It seems like they shouldn't fly.
Yes. And you know,
like
if they fail, then it becomes a rock in the air that's just going to go straight down.
So we need to encourage more STEM and more kids into STEM, so we can all be
Sorry about
safe.
that. So now, how long will you be here? Are you going to get to experience a St. Louis Cardinals game? Because
Not
that
this
makes
time.
you American.
Not this time.
And have apple pie.
But let me tell you, this is something we're really going to plan for. I think we're all looking forward already to the Cardinals Capt game that's going to be in London next year.
Oh,
that
fantastic.
is going to be amazing.
I think we should come there and join you.
I think you definitely should.
We should make it an American tour trip to go see the game there. We'll just follow along, right?
Absolutely. That's impressive.
So where will we be off to next now?
So I'm here all day at the show. I've been honoured to be asked to be part of the opening, which will be amazing. And then I'm just going to have fun. I'm actually looking for a corn dog.
Corn
if
dog.
you could point me at a corn dog, that would be
I bet
really
Mark
good.
will be able to find that for you.
I can take care of that.
So the opening, tell me, you're going to be here for that. So something's going to take place to kind of open the ceremony of the event? Tell us.
About quarters to 12, the opening ceremonies will start. So we've got bagpipes, we've got some brief comments from Her Majesty's government, and then the aircraft starts to take to the sky, and it's going to be a 3.5-hour air show.
And who's first?
I know the Red Arrows are near the beginning, if not the beginning, and usually the Blue Angels are later in the day, but everything is completely subject to change. They do a pilot briefing.
So even
which
though
they
this
did at
list
10
that we
a.m.
have of all these things, it doesn't actually mean how it's taking place.
It could completely
Okay.
shift because they do the briefing at 10 a.m. and things can change.
Okay.
So I don't even know what the order that came out of that briefing is this morning.
Well, we do have to go to a break. It looks like we probably have our next guest here, which is awesome. It is a representative of the F-22 Raptors who we'll be talking to.
And he's from St. Charles.
Oh, very cool. Wow. And it was John Saville.
That's right.
Oh, how do I say the last name?
Saville.
Saville. That sounded a lot better when he said it, didn't it? And Mark Sutherland, thank you so
pleasure.
much
Thank
for
you,
stopping
so.
by. If we can get a quick picture while we go to break, it would be awesome, so don't go yet.
Thank you.
Then we're going to come back and we're going to meet the gentleman that is representing the F-22 Raptor. Once again, we are live at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show right down here in Chesterfield. People are just swarming in, families. Bring your wagons for your kids. That's a great idea. And be thinking about what your fighter pilot name would be. And if you want to stop by and tell us while we're on air, we would love it. Remember, you must get your ticket online. You cannot walk up to the gate and buy them there, but it's so simple. You can just go onto your phone if you're standing in line right now and get your tickets. We'll be right back with more of She Said, He Said right here at the Air Show. This is fun. We'll be here till noon.
Yes.
Outdoor Decoratives LLC, our landscape construction expert, is reminding all Americans to stand tall and show support to the brave men and women who serve our U.S. military. Our area's premier landscape construction expert, backed by over 20 years of experience. For paver, patios, natural stonework, retaining walls, outdoor kitchens, and fireplaces, call today at 314-913-1190, 314-913-1190, and visit OutdoorDecoratives1.com. That's Outdoor Decoratives LLC.
If it's happening in St. Louis sports, we've got it covered for you.
Let's bring in the president of baseball operations, John Mazilek.
This next month is really going to matter. And I think like anytime you get into a season where the games count in September, it's always special. And, you know, we've been spoiled around here in the sense that it's been that way for over a decade. So certainly looking forward to this month and, you know, really impressed with how we're playing.
590 The Fan, with your local talent covering your St. Louis teams.
This is Tim McKernan. You are listening to 590 The Fan, KFNS, Wood River, St. Louis, the home of Budweiser.
The NFL season is about to kick off. Know what that means? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at mybookie.ag.
Anybody out there?
Than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Sign up now and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to bet your favorite teams. Want more? How about $100,000 more? You win MyBookie's first ever NFL handicapping super contest, and
Can you hear me, Grover?
$100,000 is all yours.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, we were over taking pictures and having fun.
No, that's cool. I just didn't hear any background noise, so I was just making sure.
Oh, he turned the mics down so we wouldn't close
I've been
them.
killing the mics during breaks.
That works. Just wanted to make sure.
So that made me think of some questions. So
Club Fitness is the right fit for everybody, and it's the right time for everyone to lift local. Join by September 15th for free with no enrollment and no processing fees.
With over 800 free weekly classes and free kids club at 24 locations, lifting local fits my budget, my schedule, and my fitness goals.
So join now and find what fits you.
Free is the right fit for everybody.
Club Fitness. Join by September 15th for free with no enrollment and no processing fees. See Club for details.
The one-stop shop for all your
1 minute
outdoor emporium. Whether you're looking for a raised garden, outdoor kitchen, koi pond, retaining walls, fountains, or fireplaces, World Outdoor Emporium has the selection and service you need to get started. Visit their full nursery and speak to a certified horticultural specialist today. No truck? No problem. Delivery 6 days a week. Installation and setup services are available. World Outdoor Emporium offers the very best for all your landscaping needs with 2 locations to serve you in St. Charles and Wentzville. Go to WOE.rocks for more information.
We all have a lot of things we're going to do one day. One day I'll change my career. One day I'll get my bachelor's degree. Well, today is the day to be brave. Because Maryville University offers
Come back after this.
degrees online, including bachelor's degrees, with no entrance exams and no application fees. We've been empowering students for nearly 150 years, so we know there's no time like the present to focus on your future. Learn more now at online.maryville.edu.
Now back to She Said, He Said with Kelly Lamb and Gordon Montgomery. Brought to you by Page Law on 590 The Fan and 590thefan.com.
All right, welcome back. We are here. You're listening to 590 The Fan. You're listening to She Said, He Said, and we're here, right here in the heart of Chesterfield at the St. Louis International Airport, Spirit of St. Louis International Airport, and we're here, and it's just enjoying this gorgeous day. The lines are starting to go down just a bit, so if you're on your way down here, now's the perfect time to get here. Also, want to
still coming in.
Want to remind everybody too, don't forget that you must buy your tickets online. You cannot come here and buy tickets. You must buy them online. And if you get here and you haven't bought tickets, you can get on your phone and purchase your tickets right away through your phone. But it's a beautiful day, and we've had some great interviews already. And right here joining us today is none other than Captain Duston O'Brien, and he is with the F-22 Raptor. He is an F-22 Raptor pilot, and he is here today, and we're going to ask him some questions about what we can expect to see from the F-22 Raptor and what it's all about.
So good to have you. Thanks for being here. So it was cool to find out. I'm not hearing his voice. You got.
He's on.
All right. What's cool to find out is you're actually from St. Charles.
I am. Yeah, I grew up in St. Charles, Missouri, and then moving around out in Langley Air Force Base in Virginia now.
So now you're a representative of the F-22 Raptor.
I am.
Which is like is that top secret airplane?
I mean, there's definitely some classification to go with it, but that's a huge majority of the aircraft that you have out here.
Oh, okay. So that's how it works. So now, are you actually flying today in the show? What is your position today?
So I am not flying in the show today. Major Loco Lopez is our demo pilot. He'll be flying, and then I will be on the ground in comms with him as a second set of eyes just to watch him and make sure everything's staying safe and that the show's going good.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you flew a spare here. Most of us have a spare tire in our car, but we don't actually fly a spare plane in. What does that mean?
Yes, we bring 2 aircraft in because obviously the jets are very complicated machines. They do break sometimes, so we bring a second one in case one breaks. He can hop into the other one and still get the show done.
Did you hear what he said?
I need a second car.
In case.
yeah, that would be nice. Have a second car.
Yeah, but do you want to be up in the sky and find out your plane's breaking to get a spare?
No, we find that out before you go up.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely before you go up.
I don't want to find out that my plane's broken.
Loco
up in the
Lopez,
sky.
huh? So that's his name, Loco Lopez. What's yours?
Vandal.
Vandal. So what's that mean, Dustin?
It's something we'll have to talk about over a beer sometime.
So growing up in St. Charles, I can only imagine.
Yeah. So when did your name appear? Like, how does that happen? Are you in training? How do you end up with that name?
Yeah, so after you get to your squadron, you will have a few months where you are an unnamed fighter pilot. Basically, you don't have your call sign, and then naturally being new, you do a lot of dumb things, whether that be flying or on the ground.
Still do dumb
and then
things.
so eventually all of your squadron mates come up with a name that usually represents something dumb that you have done.
and you, Vandal.
Yeah.
I think we got the idea.
You can use your imagination.
So now, where were you in your life? Here you grew up in St. Charles, and you're like, man, I want to be a fighter pilot. I want to be, in the Air Force. Like, where did that happen?
That was something that, growing up, I always wanted to do it. So my dad was in the Air Force. I always saw planes flying around overhead and knew I always wanted to. Then went to college, did ROTC, and was lucky enough to get a pilot slot in the Air Force, and then everything moved on from there.
What's it like being up there?
Oh, it's awesome, man. I can't even explain it. It's a really cool sensation and feeling.
I find it amazing that, people that do what he does, that they have that adrenaline and that desire, and it's like a high being able to go up and go at those incredible speeds. Like to someone like me, our brain, I'd be terrified.
Now, what can you tell us about the F-22 Raptor that's not going to be classified?
We're not going to get shot down right now.
Yeah, if I tell you, I'd have to kill you, right? So it's a stealth aircraft, so 5th generation aircraft. What that means, it is tough for radar to pick it up, which gives us the ability to enter the enemy's airspace undetected. It is capable of super cruise, so it can go above the speed of sound without using afterburner. Afterburner uses a lot more gas. We're able to save gas while going fast. We're capable of Mach 2.0, so that's 2 times the speed of sound, and can go 60,000 feet high in the air, which is something like 10 miles high.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, Gordon was saying, see how you heard that go by? That means you're alive still.
Yeah, exactly.
If you hear it, you're still alive.
Yeah, because it's already gone.
Which is incredible, isn't it? Oh my gosh. So have you ever had to be in unsafe zones?
Nope. So I have only been in the Raptor for about a year now, and have not gone downrange or deployed at all yet. But it's only a matter of time. But I know my entire squadron has gone prior to me showing up.
Where are you based at?
We are at Langley Air Force Base out in Virginia. It's right around the Norfolk, Newport News area.
How long are you usually at a base when you're stationed?
Generally, it's about a 3 to 4 year assignment. So you'll be there for 3 years and then start finding out where you're going to go next, which can be anywhere. Right now, we have Raptor stationed in Virginia, down in Florida, Alaska, and then Hawaii.
So I don't know if this is a dumb question or, I'm not really, up on my Air Force and fighter pilot things, but so when you're stationed and you're with the Raptor, is that what happens when you're in the Air Force and you're a pilot? There's certain planes that you're working with and stationed, because we have obviously more than just that style of plane, right?
Yep. So generally you will, out of pilot training, you'll get selected to go fly a certain aircraft. You get trained up in that aircraft and you'll fly it for that 3 or 4 years. And then when you come up for your reassignment to move bases, you can either stay in that same aircraft, you can move to a different aircraft, or sometimes, depending on your rank and how long you've been in, you may get a non-flying position where you go and be a leader and an officer over a pilot.
Do you ever want to be an aerobatical pilot? Do you want to do the flips in the air?
It would be cool. I mean, coming out here, you see how inspiring it is to all the young kids, and I remember going to air shows like this when I was young, and how it can inspire everybody. So it's a great thing to come out here and be able to talk to everybody and then recruit them.
Well, we're thrilled to be able to talk to you. Anything that we can look forward to today that you're looking forward to?
Oh, obviously I'm looking forward to the Raptor demo. So it's going to be an amazing show. We've got the Blue Angels out here. They always do a great show. The Red Arrows, the amount of aircraft that they have and the formation that they fly with is pretty impressive. So I'm expecting a lot of great shows.
I'm super excited that we're going to be done by noon, because that's when the air show starts, so that we're going to be able to see that.
The Raptor is going on I think it's about 3 o'clock. So 2:45, 3 o'clock. Granted, just like they were saying before, everything is subject to change, and they can change by half hour forwards or backwards. But yeah, about the 2:30, 3 o'clock, you can expect the Raptor to be out.
Is your family here with you home?
Yes, they are.
So Captain Duston O'Brien, as who we're speaking to right now, what is the difference? Because you've said it a couple times. I'm not part of the demo crew, and I'm part of the Raptor. What does that mean to be part of that, or a part of the Raptor crew?
Yeah, so I am part of the Raptor demo team. It is something that I have volunteered for. So we have the maintainers here, and then the demo pilot. That is their full-time job, whereas what I am doing out here with the demo team is a kind of an additional volunteer thing that I volunteered for, whereas my full-time job is to go out and train in the F-22 and be ready to deploy.
Wow. Sir, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for serving and keeping our skies and our country safe. We really appreciate it. That's Captain Duston O'Brien, and we'll look forward to hopefully seeing you more and more out and about.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We are here live. We're here at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show right in the heart of Chesterfield. We're so fortunate to be able to have this here. Not only have it here, but it is the first time that the Red Arrows have even been here, and that we're one of the 3 places where they're going to be flying together, which is super cool as well. It looks like we have another guest that is with us right now.
Hold on, Kelly's doing something.
We're, you know what it is? We're those people. We want the interviews of all these amazing, successful people that we're having the privilege of getting to be able to talk to.
Yes, absolutely. This is so cool, getting to meet the pilots, getting to meet the guys that are behind the machines, and just getting on a personal level with them, and we just appreciate them so much and their service.
We've got coupons to Good News Brewing Company, to Symbol Restaurant in Chesterfield, and also Rockin' Brews.
Come by, say hello.
Got a card. Yeah, grab a discount. We've had fun talking to the little kids and them giving us their favorite name if they were going to be a pilot fighter as well. So right now, to make sure who we're speaking to because of the handwriting, you are the Air Vice Marshal?
That's absolutely right. Yes, I'm Simon.
This
Simon
is another
Ellard.
great voice. And you said, I'm sorry, your name is?
Simon Ellard.
Simon. All right, I have your last name there. Now, RAF. Is that that's
Royal Air Force.
Royal Air Force. Royal.
That's what I'm here for.
That's all right. You know, hey,
she's the pretty part.
I've got a whole bunch of things written down in front of me. I got to know who I'm talking to. And who are you hidden over there in the corner?
Hannah.
And Becky Harnett?
Yeah, and I'm with the Red Arrows on the tour for the 11 weeks.
Oh, come sit down.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Well, no, please.
Okay.
I mean, I won't argue with you. Look, a lot tougher than me. But grab one of those if you'd like to say hello as well. We're just so honored to have you take the time and come over and sit down and talk with us. So
No,
sir,
it's our absolute pleasure. I'm no stranger to the United States, and actually throughout my entire Air Force career, I can't think of a moment where I wasn't working exceptionally closely with the United States Air Force. We have fought together, we stand shoulder to shoulder on everything we've done for decades. So to be here and part of this magnificent air show for me is a real treat, because while I've had the privilege to visit lots of parts of the United States, you have given me the opportunity to come to St. Louis for the first time.
in
so
the
thank you for
Midwest,
that.
huh? Do we sound weird to you?
So is this where we both say to each other, "Oh, I love your accent"?
Yes. Don't be that, because no one's ever said that. Because we love your accent. Even sounds smarter, don't they?
Yeah.
It's everything.
I'm sure they
Cuter,
are smarter.
Yeah.
Sure has nothing to do with sound.
But if you love,
You're referring to me?
If you love the rich variety of accents, I'm accompanied by my senior enlisted advisor, a warrant officer, Stuart Puller, who comes from Scotland, and we've part of our morning before going to the show, we heard the pipes and drums of the police volunteer band, who played magnificently, and took him back to Scotland for a moment.
Yes, they are very good, because we do a lot of stuff. We donate some time, and we've done some things with Responder Rescue, which is an organization here that takes care of first responders who've lost their job or been hurt on the job and can't afford to pay for their bills. So for Responder Rescue creates events like that. But the bagpipe team, they were there and they performed, and they are exceptional. Yes.
They were magnificent. But thank you for that work that you referred to, supporting those who need that help. Another reason that it's a real privilege for me to be here at this air show is I play a role in an air show back in the United Kingdom that raises money for a charity. It's the Royal International Air 2, raises money for the Royal Air Force Charitable Trust, is amazingly fantastically supported by the United States Air Force, but especially by companies as Boeing as well. So we run that air show each year, and with that magnificent support, we're able to look after a charity that promotes, supports and encourages those who want to get into aviation and into the Air Force. It allows some youth groups. We have the Air Cadets. It's a little bit like Scouts, where from about the age of 13, a voluntary organisation, but you can learn about the Air Force, learn about how aircraft fly, do a little bit of flying. So we support that organisation. We also support by giving flying scholarships to those who are disabled, and it draws on a heritage. There was a Battle of Britain fighter pilot, I'm not sure how well known he is here, Douglas Bader, who lost both his legs in a flying accident, and then remarkably, through grit and determination, he found himself flying in the Battle of Britain wearing metal synthetic legs. Flew through the Battle of Britain. He was shot down and captured, and he kept trying to escape despite his disability and his metal legs. And he started a legacy of flying scholarships for those who find themselves not with the full degree of freedom on the ground, but of course when they're in the air they have total freedom in all dimensions, and that plays a magnificent role in helping people come to terms with the difficulties of those disabilities. So that's a reason that I'm delighted to join you with that link of air shows, that link of the two air forces working so closely together. But I'm so glad you mentioned that the charitable work that you spoke to a few moments ago. Thank you.
And I love the fact, so here in America, we're finding that there is going to be a shortage of pilots and people up into the sky, and I love the fact that something like this is allowing children to get a taste of what it's about, and maybe the excitement to want to grow into that. What is it like where you're at?
very strong parallels. I've already spent some time at the STEM zone: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and they won't be able to keep me away from it later because there is a global shortage of technicians and pilots. So we have a responsibility. Those who know how exciting and rewarding and fascinating this part of the business is, we have a responsibility to share that motivation with those who are looking at the stage of their life when they're deciding what they're going to do beyond education. And I remember, and I'm pretty sure everybody else who either flies or maintains or has a role in supporting aviation, I remember that moment when actually somebody showed me how a wing worked by blowing over a piece of paper. It showed the Venturi effect, and a piece of paper rose instead of going down. And when I was told that it was the same force that I'd seen actually allows an aircraft to go into the air, that was the moment that I was hooked. And I said, I am going to be an engineer in the Royal Air Force, come what may, because this is so fascinating and exciting. So seeing the stalls and the events that are explaining in the same manner through all sorts of different media the fascination of being in this business is really heartening. I'm here. One of the things I'm going to be doing is looking at some of the ideas of how STEM is promoted here, so I can take it back to the United Kingdom. But another parallel that has already become crystal clear to me is that across the whole community, be it civil aircraft or military aircraft, be it those who are in service or those who support us, our contractors, our partners in industry, we're not trying to recruit people to our own organisation. We are just totally standing alongside, shoulder to shoulder, inspiring people to come into whatever sector, because we all want the right people to come in whatever part of the enterprise. So it's a lovely coming together of ideas.
Just know, I just want you to know that I'm glad that you've met other Americans before us, so that you know how brilliant they can be. Yes. And we weren't your first.
So how big is the STEM program over there, across the pond, as they say?
Growing by the day.
This one's twice as big as it was last year. I know that. They've increased it twice as, because you weren't here last year. But so whatever you see this year was about half of that last year, so they've increased that this year.
Oh, they're fantastic. We're seeing a similar growth. At the air show I'm most familiar with, the Royal International Air 2, we have something we call a techno zone, and again it's a mixture of all segments of industry, the Royal Air Force, and it just gives an opportunity for people to do hands-on. There's a British engine company that has a very big footprint in the United States, Rolls-Royce, and on the Rolls-Royce stand you can build miniature jet engines, see how the compressors and the turbines all work together. Different companies, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, BAE Systems, and many others do the same on the aircraft side. Raytheon and MBDA do the same for guided missiles. It gives this great opportunity just to see the magic and the integrated nature. And the other parallel that I'm watching with great interest is what started a few years ago as STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. I'm watching a development into STEAM with an A in the middle, so science, technology, engineering, art and mathematics. Because if nothing else in the aircraft aviation business, yes, of course it needs those technical skills that rely on left brain thinking and procedures and following and just getting it right on a technical basis. Right. But if aviation shows nothing else, it's about innovation, creative, and of course from a Royal Air Force, I'll look back to when we were founded 101 years ago, born from innovation, where people were saying, well, maybe we could fight in the third dimension, maybe we could go into the air. The next stage, maybe we could fire a machine gun through a propeller. Maybe we don't need propellers, we could have a jet engine. Maybe if we've got a jet engine, we could go through the sound barrier and go even faster. So the whole business relies on that innovation and creativity. So it's bringing in that balance of art as well as the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And we're seeing both sides of the pond as a migration into that area too, which I think is really exciting and just the right direction to go.
I'm pretty sure I could sit here and listen to him all day. Are you free the rest of the day? I'll be done at noon. Can I just walk around and talk? No, actually, I won't talk. Have you ever noticed or ever have sat with me and I haven't said anything for this long of a time?
So me and you have to get together just so you can kind of give me some tips. This is maybe the longest it's ever been that I went without talking. You're fascinating to listen to, and I just love everything you've had to say, and the excitement that you're bringing here to the show is incredible.
Well, thank you. And of course, the real excitement is going to come later this afternoon. And I would like to take this opportunity to explain that the display that the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows, there's a time change. So it's now 13:30, 1:30 p.m. The display will start. At 1:30, there's going to be a joint fly past of the Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows, and a Spitfire. And the pause that your listeners won't be able to appreciate is the grin that came over my face, because I just love that pairing of our heritage.
It is, well, where did the camera go? There it is. Hopefully it caught it on our Facebook. It's pretty far away right now, but hopefully they could see it.
So 13:30, 1 p.m. This afternoon will be that joint fly past, and then at 13:35, 1:35 p.m. it'll be the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows, will be doing their full display. Whatever you're doing at that time, please, I know you want to give the commentary, but I hope you're not so distracted you can't enjoy the display.
We are done at 12, noon, so
we have this packed up and enjoying the sights up in the sky. We can hardly wait. We've been hearing them go by. I guess the last couple days they've been practicing up in the sky, and literally make you jump every time that they come by. But it's incredible that they can, the timing, and we're on the road and I can barely drive a car. So can you imagine being up and having to turn at the right time and flip around?
How long does the show last for the Red Arrows?
It's around about 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
And is one of those on right? Oh, I'd love to hear what you'll be doing throughout the show. I know you're with the Red Arrows. I can see your tag. What will you be doing throughout this event? And please let everybody know who you are.
Hi, I'm Squadron Leader Becky Harnett, and I'm out here for the 11 weeks for the tour of North America and Canada. So during the show, usually my team will go and help out with the PR, man the stand, talk to the public, just share our experiences. I'm actually a logistics officer, so I'm here to make sure everyone gets where they need to be at the right time. Very important. But today I'm accompanying our guests, but hopefully see the show. It never disappoints. I've seen it a lot, and I always get goosebumps. It's amazing.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're like, so. Yeah. So, do you have a special nickname?
I've had many. Not really. Harney is. We always use our
surname. You could say that wrong, and that could be a whole nother meaning here in America. Just saying. Yeah. Careful who you tell that to in America. All right, especially with your accent. Do you have a fighter pilot name, or if you were to pick one, what would it be?
It's a state secret.
So you'd have to kill me?
Yeah, I'm afraid I would.
Now, you do actually fly.
No, I'm an engineer.
Okay.
And I was grinning when you were talking about the importance of logistics in keeping the whole business going. So I command those elements of the Royal Air Force that do support.
I like the word command. I'm going to start using that. I like that.
So my title is I'm the Air Officer Commanding of 38 Group, which does all of the engineering, the logistics, the communications, the cyber, the medical. I'm the Royal Air Force's Chief Engineer for Airworthiness. I look after infrastructure, basically everything that happens to allow those that you'll see flying
to happen.
To perform in the magnificent way that they do.
Wow, I just love the excitement that comes across
my
your
gosh,
face
it's
when you
incredible.
talk about it, because my daughter's the same way. In fact, she's an engineer at Boeing, and she gets made fun of because the excitement that she gets. She's very young, but she gets so excited about the planes, and she gets giddy, and the other engineers just kind of laugh at her and go, you're just like a little kid, But I see that in you, and you just get this little
You still have
kid-like excitement.
Well, it doesn't surprise me at all. And congratulations, you must be really proud of her. And it's no surprise though, because it is the most exciting, innovative, stimulating part of the business to be in. It's moving at such a speed, you could almost take your breath away. You see in the defence business where that technology is making a real impact across the globe, bringing security, stability, prosperity in everything that we do. So I'm absolutely not at all surprised that she finds it as exciting.
That's a question I have for you too. When we talk about the science and the technology, it's how hard is it? Because science and technology evolve so quickly. So by the time you finally got to the point of creating this new plane or this new how quickly is it that you just turn around and go, okay, it's time to replace that?
Oh, and you describe a real challenge, because you can't stay still for a moment. And at the same time, there's a real responsibility to make sure that everything we do safely. So we need to test thoroughly, and we need to develop to make sure that it's absolutely tuned to the operational environment it's going to go into. Now, on one half of the equation, that implies a lengthy development period. You've brought the other side of the equation through, which is need to be at the absolute cutting edge. So the real challenge in our business is getting that balance right, get things through either onto the front line in a military environment or working in the civilian sector, but balance that, getting that done quickly, but balancing it against our real responsibility for airworthiness and safety. That's the trick.
Yes.
Good question.
Thank you so much for bringing your enthusiasm here as well as our show. It's been such a pleasure. We're speaking to the Royal Air Force Air Vice Marshal Simon Ellard.
Correct.
Gosh. Yes. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We are so excited to be able to be a part of this and be able to watch the show later. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's been a
Appreciate it.
pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, we do have to take it to a break. It's 11:31. We are live here at the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show. People are still coming in. I can't imagine. It was 25,000 at 9 a.m. this morning on ticket sales. I can't imagine what it is now. Remember, if you don't have a ticket, they are not selling them at the door. You'll need to get them online, so you can do that right onto your phone. If you're coming in now and they just keep swarming and coming in, go ahead, go online, get your ticket. You'll be ready to go. We'll be back with more with She Said, He Said till the top of the hour at noon. And if you want to be part of this air show, I would say you need to get coming in right now.
Yes, you don't want to miss this. Get down here, bring the kids. It is a kid-friendly environment, especially with the STEM Expo. It's going to be amazing for the kids and for the adults and parents as well. So we'll see you right here. You're listening to She Said, He Said on 590 The Fan.
The NFL season is about to kick off. Know what that means? It's time to bet, win, and get paid at mybookie.ag. MyBookie has more odds and more prop bets than any other sports book, and absolutely nobody pays out faster. You get your cash when you want it. Sign up now and MyBookie will double your first deposit. That's up to $1,000 in free money to bet your favorite teams. Want more?
Club Fitness is the right fit for everybody, and it's the right time for everyone to lift local. Join by September 15th for free with no enrollment and no processing fees.
With over 800 free weekly classes and free kids club at 24 locations, lifting local fits my budget, my schedule, and my fitness goals.
So join now and find what fits you.
Free is the right fit for everybody.
Club Fitness. Join by September 15th for free with no enrollment and no processing fees. See Club for details.
The one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs is World Outdoor Emporium. Whether you're looking for a raised garden, outdoor kitchen, koi pond, retaining walls, fountains, or fireplaces, World Outdoor Emporium has the selection and service you need to get started. Visit their full nursery and speak to a certified horticultural specialist today. No truck? No problem. Delivery 6 days a week. Installation and setup services are available. World Outdoor Emporium offers the very best for all your landscaping needs with 2 locations to serve you in St. Charles and Wentzville. Go to WOE.rocks for more information.
We all have a lot of things we're going to do one day. One day I'll change my career. One day I'll get...
About 1 minute, guys.
Well, today is the day to be brave. Because Maryville University offers more than 30 degrees online, including bachelor's degrees, with no entrance exams and no application fees. We've been empowering students for nearly 150 years, so we know there's no time like the present to focus on your future. Learn more now at online.maryville.edu.
Throwing towards the end zone. He's got him in. Touchdown, Ricky Smalling. Touchdown, Illinois. Don't miss all the hard-hitting action of Fighting Illini football this week.
We're going to be better on the football field, so that's why we're really pumped up about this year.
Join us Saturday afternoon at 1:30. The Fighting Illini head east to take on UConn in East Hartford. This is the home of the Fighting Illini in St. Louis. 590 The Fan, KFNS, and 590thefan.com.
Now back to She Said, He Said with Kelly Lamb and Gordon Montgomery. Brought to you by Paige Law on 590 The Fan and 590thefan.com.
Have a good one.
Take it when ready.
We're welcome back. We are right here at the Spirit of St. Louis Airport for the Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo. STEM Expo is twice as big as it was last year, so bring the kids. It's a family event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's hands-on and a lot of instructional, a lot of educational stuff for the kids and for the adults as well to learn more about aviation. And but we're right here, and
it's a great time. We have met some amazing people that have taken their time to come over and talk with us. We spoke to Damo Green with the Red Arrow Squadron. We've spoken to the Counsel, General John Saville, who actually, works with Her Majesty himself works with her.
Yes.
We spoke to a representative of the F-22 Raptor. We have just, of course, I had a great conversation.
St. Charles' own Captain Duston O'Brien.
Yeah, he's the Raptor representative. And then, of course, ending it, which you've all heard if you were listening to Simon Ellard, who is the Royal Air Force Vice Marshal. So, and the enthusiasm that every person has had when they've sat down with us to be here. Here we are. We're in the Midwest. We're here in Missouri. We're in Chesterfield. And they're coming over from the United Kingdom here to this big event.
For the first time.
Yeah, so I can understand the excitement, and we're so glad that they're here as well. And then to find out that the Blue Angels and Red Arrow, it's one of the 3 that they'll be flying together. So it's a really huge deal. And this is the first time that the Red Arrows have ever been
to the Midwest.
10 years
for being here in the United States.
Yeah, so it's cool. And we've got some fun things that we'll talk about in between that maybe you didn't know about the Blue Angels. Everything's going to get going around noon. There'll be an opening ceremony. And then, of course, all the different spectacular air shows are going to take place. We just want to remind everybody, get your ticket online if you're on your way here. Be patient. The lines are long getting in, but they get you in and parked pretty fast. So, Kathleen, you've been shuffling everybody in and out and taking photos and
working hard,
being part of the excitement, bringing us the little kids that we can talk to. So, how does it feel being here? Have you ever been to one of the air shows?
Oh, I've been to a lot of not to this particular air show, but lots of air shows over at Scott Air Force.
Yes, I remember those as a kid.
Yes.
So this is your first one in
But
Chesterfield.
this is my first one in Chesterfield.
So Kathleen Kaiser with Matinee Chat, also our producer of She Said, He Said.
And today was so much fun producing, you have no idea.
Yeah,
hearing the people from England saying they landed in, the United States, this is their first air show, was so exciting. They are so excited to be here. And seeing people that excited to be what we take for granted
I know.
as home.
Talk about that
It's
all the
really
time.
cool, you know.
So do you have an airline movie for today, or?
Oh no,
What
I
did you
wish I
pick?
did. What did I pick?
What was today? What's
What was today? The movie of the week?
Yeah.
Brittany Runs a Marathon. Have you guys even heard of it?
Oh my
gosh, the title.
Is it Britney
The
Spears?
title alone is
No. It too
That's
came out
the
this
movie
weekend
it
as
came
well, but they didn't show it to us. And that's never a good sign, like we've talked about before. It too popped this weekend. They didn't show it to the critics here. And that may have been because the critics in LA and New York weren't exactly sold. So we shall see. But Brittany Runs a Marathon hit here locally.
It just makes me want to run to the theater.
So what is it about?
It's actually a true story, and it's actually about a young lady who is struggling in her 20s, and maybe she's a little overweight, and she
Aren't we all?
Yeah, aren't we? Like, oh wait, yeah, okay. Anyway, and she decides that she's going to go to the doctor, maybe get a little Adderall for recreational purposes, and the doctor's like, no, we're not just handing out Adderall. You need to lose a few pounds, and he was very sweet about it. And anyway, she decides that she's not only going to lose a few pounds, she gets so into the whole becoming healthy thing, she's going to run a marathon. Well, she picks
Does it get better at any point, Kathy?
Yeah, yes,
Just
it
wondering.
does. Kelly has that bored look on her face. She's like, oh my
I went from the Vice Marshal Ellard, Simon Ellard, to a girl decides to lose weight and run a marathon.
I know it sounds really dull and boring,
Yes.
and it is absolutely not dull and boring.
Really?
It's so inspiring.
All right, I'm back.
I was going to say, she's back. It's so inspiring, and you absolutely feel for this woman, as you just said in the beginning of what we're discussing. And you're like, oh, we all need to. It's very inspiring. Jillian Bell plays Brittany. She is incredible too. She's usually funny, but they put her in a dramatic role, and the people that are, it's fun. It's just fun from beginning to end. It's fun, just like the air show.
Grover, are you asleep back at the station on this movie? Or are you
really?
still with us?
What are we going to see? And it's in limited release. Amazon actually produced the film, and it's in limited release. You can only see it at the Plaza Frontenac or the High Point, your favorite. You can go see it at the High Point.
I've never been to the theater at Frontenac, so we have to try that one.
Yes.
We did make it to
the High Point.
The High Point.
Is it the theater at Frontenac upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's kind of fun to go different places like that.
It is.
So we should pick like a Netflix movie. We should say Top Gun or something. Did you like the movie Top Gun?
I did.
It was a cool movie back then, wasn't it?
Well, there's another one coming out.
I know.
There's a Top Gun 2?
2020, yeah. Maverick, yes.
They didn't bring Val Kilmer back, did they?
I do not believe he's made it into the film.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
I know.
I know, he's just sad. I really wish he was
they
part
did.
of it.
I saw a thing where they were showing some of the old, the people from movies back in the day and what they look like now. Tom Cruise has maintained himself pretty well through the years.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it, the man still does most of his own stunts. I mean, who does that in their 20s, much less in their 50s?
Yeah.
And he wants to do it. I can't even imagine what insurance has to be on the man. Here we're going to strap you onto a plane and take off. And if anything happens, hold on,
Hold on.
So I wish we had a movie more apropos for the air show.
Right.
But we're going to run instead.
That's all right. Well, we do have our Chesterfield Lifestyle magazine with us. It's brand new, hot off the press, came out September 1st.
And it's all about style.
It is all about style. And the cool thing about it, couldn't be any better, flying in fine fashion. The front of our magazine, of course, has a private airplane, compliments of Jetlinks. This is actually out at their runway and airfield, and on the inside you'll be able to see the inside of one of their gorgeous planes. But we've got some great
We're also living
stories.
large with Lamborghini and
this is cool too, because here we are, we're talking about talking to all these people that have come in from the United Kingdom for this event, and our living large Lamborghini, our story was Valentino Balboni came in from Italy for the showing of the new Lamborghini, and he's apparently test drove
almost every Lamborghini ever made.
Yeah, and he signed some while they're in, and so he toured and went to a few big parties here in the area, one locally here in Ladue, and then of course we've got our movie pick. Dinner plus a movie equals date night in there. And so
And the English of Downton Abbey is where we're sending you. Perfect tie-in, Cal.
I'm
As we're
telling
listening
ya.
to all those English, and I've actually been able to see that already. It doesn't pop till September 20th in theaters.
Did you love it? Because people are really excited
my
about Downtown
God.
Abbey.
That's all I'm going to say. I can't say a whole lot. It
that
doesn't
good.
pop for 2 more weeks, but oh my God.
She can say, oh my God.
Oh my God. You would definitely want to follow Chesterfield Lifestyles.
You can read a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Go to ChesterfieldLifestyle.com. You'll be able to get the online version. And of course, if you want to subscribe, you can. Then it will come to your inbox of your email every single month. And we do 4 email blasts a month with that. And then if you're lucky enough to live in the area where you get it, we mail out to 13,000 homes. Over 700 businesses receive this. So we're really proud of it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful cover. September is all about styles. And so on the road and in the air. So Gordon,
what?
You have what's going on for the weekend. But remember, Kathleen, where do we send people if they want to check out the movies, good or bad?
Oh, matineechat.com.
There you go.
MatineeChat.com. You heard it first.
Are you ready to tell us what's rocking?
Yes, I am ready to tell you what's rocking. And I'm going to big shout out to our sponsor of What's Rockin', and that is the
World Outdoor Emporium.
I went blank for a minute, yes.
I got you.
And
back.
it's crazy that I went blank because, you know what? It's easy to talk about, a sponsor.
You did have a head injury.
I've been using that excuse
He's
a lot.
milking it a lot.
But you know what? It's one thing to have a sponsor and just have a sponsor, but this sponsor I've actually been in business with. I've used them. They've came to my house. I've had fountains put in. They've brought mulch to my house, and it's been a great experience with World Outdoor Emporium. If it's something that you want to do, and you know what, the weather's going to stay nice for a while, and it's a perfect time. Isn't the fall a perfect time to do things and get your backyard and your outdoor area ready for spring? And the best place to go for that is World Outdoor Emporium. You can find out more about World Outdoor Emporium if you go to WOE, that's WOE.rocks, ROCKS, WOE.rocks. And you can get on their website, and they have 2 locations, one out in Wentzville and one in St. Charles off of 4230 South St. Peters Parkway in St. Charles, Missouri. So what's rocking? Well, we know one thing that's rocking. It's right here in the heart of Chesterfield. It is the 2019 Spirit of St. Louis Air Show and STEM Expo, and it is rocking the skies of Chesterfield. It's going to be doing that here right around noon, a little bit after noon. We're going to be rocking the skies. The F-22 Raptor is going to be here. They have the Blue Angels, the Red Arrows, and we have all kinds of great stuff here for the kids. The STEM Expo is going to be great for the kids to come to. I've been saying it all day. We have the Southside Bike and Car Show. It's the 2019 Southside Bike and Car Show. That's motorcycles and very cool cars. It's Sunday from 1 to 4, and that's at D.B. Cooper's Safe House. St. Louis Art Fair. Me and Kelly were there last night. We went to the St. Louis
Beautiful.
Art Fair in Clayton. That is today. It started at 11 o'clock, and tomorrow it will start at 11 o'clock as well.
Booth after booth of beautiful art.
Very cool
181 artists this year.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
And they're all unique. You know how sometimes you go to things like there's another one, all very unique and different. It was beautiful.
And it's the first one I've been to in Clayton. I've never been to it, and it's the 26th one.
And then we ate dinner at Almonds. Have you ever been to Almonds?
I have not.
What a great restaurant.
It was a
The
great
food was
restaurant.
delicious.
Food was
Mike and
We need to
Nikki.
feature that.
Yes. You know what? The owner, her name is Kelly with her husband. I can't remember his name, but Kelly was talking to us, and being that we have the same name, it was pretty easy for me to remember it. But yeah, great people. Mike and Nikki took us there and got a little birthday celebration early, and it was terrific.
It was. And Brian Regan's back in town. We went last year to go see Brian Regan. He is my favorite comedian. He will be at the Stiefel Theater at 1400 Market Street, and you can still get tickets for that. The show is tonight at 8 p.m. And Chesterfield is just, not only are they rocking in the skies, but they're going to be rocking on stage with the On Land in St. Louis first annual festival, Jazz Festival. And Brian Culbertson, one of my favorites, he is going to be on stage. He's the headlining act. St. Louis's own Tim Cunningham and Aaron Bodie will be on stage as well. We had Aaron in the studio. And Eric Darius and Grace Kelly, they will be on stage tonight. And that is the Smooth Jazz Cruise. But it is on land tonight here in Chesterfield at the Chesterfield Amphitheater. And that's what's rocking here in St. Louis.
Sweet stuff. Appreciate all that. So, Kathleen, what would your fighter pilot name be?
Well, didn't you hear everyone? You guys have to give me a name. No, if I had to come up with something myself, I think khaki.
Khaki?
Khaki.
Khaki? Like
'Cause
khaki
I've
pants?
literally had little kids call me that instead of Kathy.
Oh.
Call me Khaki, and I'll
There
take
you
it.
go.
I'll take it.
There you go. So, yeah, that's right. I guess we're supposed to. I named you Matinee.
You did? Okay.
Matinee. Wow.
Matinee girl.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, what would you name me, Gordon?
Wow.
Something you can say on air, Gordon.
Stellar.
Oh,
Wow. What do you want?
Very nice. Very nice.
I thought you'd say bells.
Yeah, that's true.
Kel,
What would you
bells.
name me, Kel?
Sweet, yeah.
I already did Humpty Dump. No. Put you back together again. All right. I'll name you Hot and Handy.
Hot and
Am I
handy.
allowed to laugh
I'm
out loud
surprised
for that
Handy
on
didn't
air?
come first. Handy and I. Because we know what's more important. Just making sure stuff gets done.
Hot and Handy. All right. So some of the great names we've got Wild Thing, Rick Dalton, your friend, Wild Thing. Let's see, Quiet Tiger, Pixie, over at Club Fitness. We got Thunder. What are some of the other ones? Brian Buckholz, he says he'd be Ice. McFly, Nitro. Which one's your favorite that people have said online? Do you have a favorite that someone's given?
No, but I like the stories of the real pilots that have names and they give the stories
Give
behind
us
them.
one.
Well, Smudge was the name of a pilot. And you want to know how he got his name?
How, please?
While gawking at a dancer at the Viking Club in Guam, which we know what the Viking Club is. It's a strip club. The dancer took off
I didn't know that.
The dancer took off my buddy's glasses and attempted to clean them on herself. After which she placed the glasses back on his face and he couldn't see through the smudges. So that's how he got the name Smudge. This one's funny. One of the pilots used the relief tube and forgot to zip up until he stepped out of the aircraft, so they called him Free Willy.
Those are good. How they have
Very
that.
nice.
I like this one for all you Trekkie fans. This guy, he was named Captain. He was an F-16 driver in Japan, but his real life name, they named him Captain because his real life name was Captain Kirk, or James Kirk.
Really?
Very cool.
So it was Captain Kirk?
Yeah, well, Captain. They call him Captain because his real life name is James Kirk.
Oh, okay, got it. I was
like
slow
when
on the draw.
You said your friend Rick Dalton earlier. I wondered if he's gonna, go after Quentin Tarantino. Rick Dalton.
There you go.
Or, yeah. Is
Think
he
he likes
suing
that.
him yet? Using his name, making all that money? And
So-
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So before we have to get down, I think we have some fun things about
We
the
had a
Blue
nickname,
Angels.
and this has no political thing. I got to say this real quick. So when Hillary Clinton visited Iraq, back when they were fighting over there, the call sign for her was Broomstick One.
Wow. They gave her a name.
They gave her a name.
They gave her a name.
The
We
army
didn't
has
name her.
the army has a sense
Thank
of humor.
you. That was
Broomstick One.
awesome.
Thank you for making sure that made it into the show, Gordon.
Oh gosh. So the first flight leader of the Blue Angels was Roy Butch
Boris.
So do you think Butch then was his fighter pilot name?
Commander Roy Butch, yeah.
I would
Boris.
think.
Yeah.
I think that's what. So Butch Boris served on the team in 1946 to 1947, and then again in 1952. So what else can you learn about it that's exciting? That one doesn't excite you?
Well, you have my sheet.
You have one too. Look at he's looking. He's like, I don't know which
Well,
one I
already
want to
knew that.
get.
Well, this is great. What
How
is
many?
the nickname of the C-130 cargo plane for the team?
I don't know.
Fat Albert.
Did you know how
love
many
it.
jets fly in the air show? How
For the
many
Blue
were?
Angel, for the Blue
yeah, the Red
Angel.
Arrows was that
It's 9.
9. So how many for the Angels?
I think it's 6.
Yes.
Very good.
I've been to enough air shows with the Blue Angels. I knew that one.
That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Let's see if there's another. Is there another good one here that maybe someone will want to know? How many enlisted members are currently on the team?
For the Blue Angels?
110.
Ooh, I'm going to say 24.
110. Really? Like someone would answer that. You just looked and cheated. Poor Kathleen. It makes it sound like she didn't even kind of know.
Oh, really?
Well, she didn't.
Whatever.
Do you guys know where the Blue Angels got their name from?
In a bar?
In a bowl.
He's a cheater. They did. It's a nightclub in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's where they got their name at.
That would have been something like
He's
really
cheating.
inspiring.
Yeah, I was waiting.
Around,
I was waiting.
It should be called the Blue Angels.
What is the fastest speed that the Blue Angels fly their plane during an air show?
I know this, and I'm
You're
not cheating.
again.
No, 700 miles an hour.
I was going to say
No,
800.
no, I didn't
pants on
cheat.
fire.
I didn't. Let me correct myself. I did not cheat. I just watched.
He put the questions
I
together.
just watched Remy fly on his video, and
Oh,
they said 700. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now, what is the cost of each FA-18 Hornet that's flown in the air show?
$40
It's not
million.
cheap.
It's got to be in the millions.
I said 40 million.
They weigh 24,500 pounds, and that's when they're empty.
I'm gonna go.
$28 million. We only have another minute. That was taking too long.
I know.
And I wasn't right.
It's time for double jeopardy.
All right. For those of you that were watching live on Facebook, thanks for joining us. For those of you listening on air, we appreciate it so much. Appreciate Grover back at the station, keeping us going. Kathleen Kaiser, our producer, and Matinee Chat, giving us the movie of the week. We want to thank Club Fitness. You can go to clubfitness.us, pick up a 3-day pass, and go to any gym throughout St. Louis and Illinois and be able to
Me and Kelly's having a time fight right now.
be able to go to any gym and enjoy for three
How
times.
appropriate that me and you are arguing about the time, because I have a
all we do.
blonde fighter pilot joke.
Okay, can I finish saying thank you to
Yes.
Club Fitness?
Sure.
You guys got a few minutes.
Thank you, everyone, for keeping me on time
Grover
right
came in.
now. I'm just gonna go. So anyway,
It's like a parent separating the kids.
Go to
I
your
was about to go.
Special thank you to Club Fitness. Go to clubfitness.us, and of course,
I've been hitting the burn zone at Club Fitness, and it has been
that video
busted.
you put on our She Said
My
He
muscles
Said.
have been burning.
So because of Gordon arguing with me and then breaking up, in case you decide that maybe you want to get a divorce because you're really mad at that other person, you want to go with the best. So if you're having marital problems during the show, or you're having problems anytime in your life, or maybe you're the grandparent, the daughter.
She's going to create another fight. Who's calling her first?
Who's going to call Tanya Page first? That's very important. But seriously, and all joking aside, if you do have some sort of family situation or something happen in your life, you do want the best to represent you. Don't let her height and her littleness fool you. She is a fierce advocate on your side 24/7. Go to pagelaw.com. Check it out for yourself. Someone will pop up, ask if you need help immediately, or you can call their phone number. Someone will be with you as fast as possible, 24/7. So we want to thank Tanya Page and the Page Law Firm for being part of our show, as well as Club Fitness and World Outdoor Emporium. So Gordon, you've got a blonde joke apparently today.
Well, we've been
that
fighting
yours-
about time, and I thought it was only appropriate because you're blonde, and we have a
Yes, and I pay a hefty sum
time
for
problem. So a blonde fighter pilot was flying one day, and she was flying her heading just fine when all of a sudden her wingman called and said, "We have MiGs coming in at 6 o'clock." She quickly took a thought, looked at her watch, and said, "It's okay, it's only 5:30. Do you
What?
get it?
No.
When they say we're coming in at 6 o'clock, what do they mean? They're flying. 6 o'clock would be below them. Like they're coming up at 6 o'clock. They do everything by a time.
Okay.
So now, see, this is even funnier because I'm having to explain the blonde joke to
I'm like, what is happening to my life right now? I'm like, what?
And she says, "It's okay. It's only 5:30."
Okay, that's good.
Oh
you got
my
another
gosh.
one?
Did you get it?
I got it.
Thank you.
She didn't laugh.
Did you get it?
I didn't laugh.
Thank you.
I
No
can't
one else
laugh.
laughed?
I can't laugh when he's making fun of you. Us girls gotta stick together. Come on.
I tell ya.
Well, you know what? A Matinee
College
chat
education
girl.
even.
Yes.
So you know who was over there, since we have a couple seconds, who was over in Dorian's path, the hurricane in the Bahamas, was none other than Sean Connery.
Oh, say that again.
Sean Connery.
My favorite 007 ever.
Yes.
Let me say that out loud.
He's-
I have
and
people
he-
come at me all the time. You're not old enough for him to be your favorite.
He was
is
celebrating
my
his
favorite.
86th birthday over there, and he
Wow.
stayed,
Did he really?
and he survived through it. He said actually his house was just fine. I'm sure it was pretty secure.
Right.
The
Yeah,
funniest
but
thing
he
said,
made it through.
like when you're, you have all those different stages of age, and when you
Gonna
get
be a
into
tough
your
one. She's coming in strong.
And by the time you get into your 50s, it's kind of like, oh, you know, I'm getting old. That's why I feel like. That's why my stomach hurts and my legs hurts. And when you get into your 80s and your stomach, your legs hurt, you're like, oh God, am I gonna die? Oh, sorry. Must be in his 80s. He just walked by.
He stopped to see what you were gonna say.
All right, now I'm gonna let you be the time clocker.
Well, I think it's about time.
Is it about time?
It is about time.
Rover,
it's
is it about time?
It's about space.
It's about space.
It's about time.
All right, coming up next is Weekend Joe. We want you to let you know they're coming up next, but our show, if you missed it today or just got a tail end of it, you want to hear what the Damo Green from the Red Arrow Squadron had to say, or any of our amazing guests that stopped by today. The show is actually podcast up on 590thefan.com. You can go back months and however long you want, but you can go back, listen to the show today, hear the interviews for yourself. We'll be popping pictures up to She Said, He Said. If you're not a fan of the page, we'd love for you to go onto Facebook or Instagram, follow, like us. We get some great funny things on there, as well as some great interviews and people that maybe you'll want to meet. They're going to be here till 5 o'clock today. Stick around. You know what? If you are not here yet, you have plenty of time to still get here. They are getting everybody parked into the gates. If you don't have tickets, go online. They will not be selling tickets at the gate. You must go online, have your ticket when you get here, or do it when you're at the gate. One of the two. The air show is going to get started here. There'll be an opening ceremony at noon. We're going to pack up now so we can enjoy the festivities. Want to thank you all for listening to She Said, He Said. Kathleen Kaiser, our producer, Grover back at the station. My husband, Gordon Montgomery, for making me mad. We'll be calling Tanya Page here shortly.
I will.
I'm calling first. All right, everybody. Until next week. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Next week, our show will be a little bit weird. We may be on the first hour. The Illini game is
Fighting
playing.
Illini will be playing.
Coming after that. So sometimes with the games playing, we'll be shifted around, but we'll
So
still
it'll
be here.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll still be at the station at 10 live on Facebook.
That's right.
All right. Peace, everyone.